Something strange was happening in Onitsha market. People were buying shoes, but children were disappearing. Mothers cried, fathers searched, but no one found answers. All the missing children had one thing in common. They wore shoes from Madame Ego's shop. Madame Ego was not like other sellers. She wore red lipstick every day, never smiled, and her eyes were sharp like a lizard's tail. Her shoes were too shiny, too cheap, too perfect. Some said her shoes could whisper. Some said they danced at night. But no one had proof. Until one day, a poor woman named Mama Ada bought a pair of black school shoes from Madame Ego for her daughter. That night, the shoes moved. And from that moment, Ada's life and the whole town would never be the same. In the busy town of Onitsha, there was a famous shoe market. People came from many villages to buy and sell shoes. Among the sellers was a woman named Madame Ego. She was tall, dark, and always wore red lipstick. But people whispered about her. They said she was not just a shoe seller, she was evil. Madame Ego's shop was always full of shiny shoes. Her shoes were the finest, and the prices were cheap, too cheap. Many people wondered how she got such fine shoes and still sold them for so little, but no one dared to ask her. Children in the market feared her. If you looked into her eyes for too long, you would feel dizzy. One boy called Uche once said, "Her shoes talk at night." His friends laughed, but his face looked very serious. One morning, a poor mother named Mama Ada came to the market. Her daughter Ada needed shoes for school. Mama Ada saw Madame Ego's shop and smiled. The shoes were beautiful and cheap. She bought a black pair for Ada and left. That night, as Ada placed the new shoes beside her bed, she heard a small whisper. "Put me on," the shoe said. Ada looked around. No one else was in the room. "Put me on," the voice said again. She screamed and ran to her mother.
Mama Ada thought Ada was dreaming. She told her to pray and sleep. But Ada could not sleep. The shoes kept whispering. In the morning, she told her mother, "Please throw them away." But when Mama Ada opened the door, the shoes were gone. Meanwhile, in the market, Madame Ego laughed. She sat inside her dark shop talking to her shoes. "Soon more children will wear you," she said. Her shoes were not normal, they were made with juju. Each shoe stole something from the person who wore it. Back in the town, more children began acting strange. A boy named Chaik wore a new sandal from Madame Ego and began talking to himself. A girl named Ngozi ran into the bush after wearing red slippers she got from the same shop. Everyone was scared. The elders of the town called a meeting. "There is something wrong," said Chief Obi. "These shoes are not ordinary." They decided to visit the market and find out who was selling the strange shoes. That day, Mama Ada came to the meeting with Ada. "It was Madame Ego's shoes," she said. "They talk at night and move on their own." The villagers shouted. "Let's go and face her," they said. A group of men and women, led by Chief Obi, went to Madame Ego's shop. When they arrived, she was smiling. "What do you want?" she asked, her voice cold like ice. "We want answers," said Chief Obi. "Where do your shoes come from?" Madame Ego laughed loudly. "Fools, you think you can stop me?" Then she clapped her hands. The shoes in her shop began jumping and moving. One shoe kicked Chief Obi. Another bit Mama Ada's leg. People screamed and ran. Only Ada stood her ground. She remembered what the old woman in her compound once told her. Evil cannot hide from truth. Ada picked up a Bible from a nearby table and shouted, "God's fire, burn the evil shoes!" The shoes stopped moving. They shook and then burst into flames. Madame Ego screamed. Her eyes turned red. "You, little girl, you will pay," she shouted. But Ada kept praying and holding the Bible. Suddenly, a strong wind blew. Madame Ego's wig flew off. Under the wig was a snake's head. Everyone screamed again. She tried to run, but her legs turned to dust. She melted on the spot. Her shop caught fire, but none of the other shops burned. After that day, the town became peaceful. The children who had worn the evil shoes got better. The market became clean and free. Chief Obi made a new rule. No one will sell strange goods in this town again. Ada became a hero. People called her Ada the Brave. She was just 6 years old but had defeated a strong evil. Her mother cried tears of joy and thanked God. The elders gave her a special gift, a golden Bible. Months passed and Madame Ego's story spread to other towns. Nobody ever saw her again. Some say she was a spirit, not a real woman. Others say she sold her soul for cheap shoes and power. But Ada knew the truth. Ada grew up to become a pastor. She opened a shop too, but she sold books, not shoes. And every book had a sticker that read, "Light always wins." Children came to her for stories, for prayers, and for love. Even now, people in Onitsha say, if a shoe is too cheap, ask questions. And when a child asks, who stopped Madame Ego? The answer is always, it was Ada, the girl with the brave heart and the burning Bible. From that day on, no one feared the market again. The evil was gone and peace returned. Ada, the little girl who stood with courage, became a light to the whole town. And even today, whenever people walk past the old shoe shop, they smile and say, because of Ada, darkness ran away. Evil can hide behind beautiful things, but truth and courage will always win. Never trust something just because it looks shiny or cheap. Always ask questions. Even a small child can defeat darkness with faith, honesty, and a brave heart. Good always wins in the end.
Thank you so much for listening to today's enchanting story. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more magical tales that spark your imagination. Every story is a door to a new adventure, and I'm so glad you walked through it with me today. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep dreaming big. Until next time, keep the magic alive in your heart. I'll see you again soon for another wonderful story. Bye for now.